Do not put your baby in a carrier. It will hurt their hips and legs. Have you heard this before? If you've heard this before, or told this to someone, or is a parent to be, please watch the entire video. In this video, I'll explain in detail about baby carriers, the myths about baby carriers, the kind of baby carriers, how to use one, and how to choose one. I'll also be sharing my personal experience of choosing a baby carrier and how I use it. My name is Sharon. Let's talk parenting. So let's first understand what baby wearing is. It's actually a practice of keeping your baby close to you through a bag, a carrier, or a sling or a wrap. It's actually a very convenient way for you to move around hands-free. But since any convenient methods for mothers is frowned upon, baby carriers do have a lot of myths. Now let's understand what are some of the myths of baby carriers. The number one myth that I've heard personally is that it's bad for the baby's hip development. So even if you're not using a baby carrier, keeping your baby in the wrong posture can be harmful to their hips. One thing we need to understand here is that baby carriers have been a product of years of research, and they have been made in the best possible way to support the healthy hip development in babies. After my research on the impact of baby carriers, I came to know that baby carriers actually provide the perfect posture for the hip development of babies. So if you look closely, you can see that the baby will be sitting in an M position, which is the optimum position for the hip development, which supports their hip as well as legs. When baby is actually sitting in an M position, the knee is slightly bent and the hip is higher than the knee. So that is actually a very ideal position for the baby. So yes, my point is baby carriers and other wraps provide the ideal position for the optimal hip development for babies. So if you're still not convinced, I'll put some articles in the description below. The second most common myth is that baby carrying is harmful for the mother's shoulder and hip. If you're choosing a well-fitted carrier, it actually distributes the weight of your baby equally across your body. So that is very good for your hip and shoulders if you're wearing it in the right manner and if you choose the right carrier. If it's worn correctly, it can actually keep you comfortable for a very, very long time. Speaking from experience. Stay tuned until the very end of the video to watch tutorial on baby carriers. Now let's look at some of the benefits of baby wearing. Firstly, it promotes a very healthy bonding between the mother and the baby. So if you observe an infant or a newborn baby, they love to be held. They want to be close to their mother almost all the time. They love being held and they love feeling our warmth. So baby carriers actually help mothers to bond with their baby while keeping them warm and comfortable and safe. Second, baby wearing is also shown to reduce colic among babies. Now what is colic? It is when a baby cries continuously for more than 2 to 3 hours a day, especially in the earlier stages of life. This can be due to any discomfort like gastric pain or any abdominal pain that they have. When mothers keep them upright in a carrier, it aids with their digestion and helps to reduce colic. And also, babies sleep for a longer duration in these carriers so that mothers can get their things done. When baby is well rested throughout the day, they tend to be less overtired during the night, and it promotes night sleep also. Keeping them close to their mothers in the earlier stages of life keeps their body temperature regulated. Another benefit of baby carriers is mothers can get some hands-free time. So if you're blessed with so many people to take care of your baby, this might not apply to you. But if you're taking care of baby with limited resources, you will need some hands-free time. And I know many mothers who have pain in their wrist or hip because they're carrying their baby in one hand all the time. So baby carriers can actually avoid such injuries in mothers. They can get some hands-free time while the baby is safely in the carrier. So if you're running out of time and you want to take care of your fitness, you can put your baby in a carrier and take a walk with them. It can also help them to reduce their fuzziness, as they will also enjoy the walk in the nature. So basically it's dual benefit. You can take care of your fitness while your baby is happy exploring the nature. And one of the most important benefits of baby carriers is that it's developed after years of research. It is really good for the baby's development and posture that it is even recommended by the pediatricians. Another question is, when can you start baby wearing? You can start baby wearing anytime from the baby is newborn up until they're 1 to 2 years old. You need to make sure that you choose the right carrier according to the baby's size, weight, and development. Now, what are the different kinds of carriers? There are soft structured carriers, there are wrap carriers, there are sling carriers, and there are backpack carriers. So out of all these carriers, how do you choose the best one for your child? In my personal experience, we had already bought a soft structured carrier before our baby was born. But when she was newborn, we realized that she could not sit in that carrier. So the best one that worked for her when she was really small was the wrap carrier. So wrap carrier is basically a cloth that comes, it's a stretchy kind of cloth which you can use as a wrap and put your baby. My baby used to have crying spells at night where she would cry for hours. But once I started baby wearing, she had significantly reduced her crying. So whenever she's fuzzy or whenever she's irritated, I used to put her in the baby wrap and she would instantly calm down and go to sleep. She's almost 6 months old now and she still loves to be in her carrier. A wrap carrier like this can also prevent flathead among babies. Now that she's around 6 months old, the most convenient carrier that we find is a soft structured carrier. This one from Lovelap, which we bought, can be used as a hip seat also. And it has been a real game changer when we go out with a baby. So apart from all this, what are some of the safety measures that you need to keep in mind when you're using a baby carrier? Always make sure that you can see your baby's face when they're in the carrier. Make sure that you have a visibility of them breathing properly and also have a safe distance wherein you can kiss their forehead comfortably. So they should be as close to your chin as possible. And as I told before, make sure that they're sitting in the M position, which supports their hip development. Make sure that the carrier or wrap is not too tight or too loose. It should be just comfortable enough for you and the baby. Never use a baby carrier in an unsafe situation, like when you're frying something or when you're drinking hot beverages, because a baby can grab it any time and can injure themselves. So be aware of the situations that you'll be using your carrier in. Keep a very close check on the baby's body temperature. Since they're sitting in a carrier, they'll already be very warm as they're close to you. So make sure you don't layer them with so many clothes to avoid overheating. And most importantly, whichever brand of baby carrier that you buy, make sure you read the manual very thoroughly because each brand has different specifications for how to use their carrier. So make sure you read the safety measures correctly and use it in the right way. Now I'll be showing you how to use a baby wrap. First thing you need to do is find the center of the carrier. So if you're using a branded carrier, it will already be marked. Now make an X shape at the back. Now you can see that a loop has been formed. Take the cloth through the loop. Make sure that it's secure and just tight enough. Now cross it once again. Take it to your back and then make another cross. This makes the knot really secure. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually very easy. So you will have 3 layers in which you have to put your baby. So this is the first layer. So whichever side you're convenient with, you can start with that first. Make sure that the cloth is spread properly and your baby is nice and comfortable. There's another layer of cloth below. Just pull that up and secure the baby. You can put your baby's arms inside. If you pull the cloth a little up, you can even cover their head. Notice how comfortable she looks in the carrier. So if your baby is a newborn, you can actually cover them a little better. Using a baby carrier has been a game changer for me. It actually helped me save a lot of time while keeping my baby safe, and I can always have an eye on her. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.